Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a little tutorial on this eye look that I'm wearing right now using the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette. I am going to do a full review of this palette coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, this is what I'm going to do today. If you want to see anything else that is on my face, then make sure and check the description box because I'm not really going through any of that. I'm just doing the eyes on camera for you today. So if you're curious about anything else that I'm wearing, then it's all going to be down there linked for you. But without further ado, if you want to see how to get this eye look, then just keep on watching. All right, so I'm gonna start with my eyes just so I don't have any fallout over my finished face. So we will do the eyes, I'll do everything else off camera, and then I will come back and do the lower lash line with you as well, because we're just gonna focus on the eyes with this one. We're just gonna have to deal with staring at this guy for a little while until I cover him up. I've already primed my eyes, as you can see, I'm sure. And I am going to set my eyes with vanilla cream. It's kind of tough because this doesn't fold all the way back, so it's hard for me to show you what I'm doing, but I'm gonna go in with vanilla cream and just sort of set everything. And as I mentioned in the intro, which of course I have not filmed yet as I'm saying this, but I will say it in the intro, is that the review on this palette is going to come. So if you're curious what I have to say about this palette, the full review, it will be up soon. I'm gonna go in with Caramel as my crease shade, my just overall transition shade. So I'm gonna just put this everywhere. And because I'm doing my eyes first, I can be a little bit sloppy because then I can always go in and, you know, clean it up afterwards. That's one of the other nice things about doing your eyes first. Then I'm gonna go in with a darker shade, and I mean, they're all warm as you can see, but I think I'm gonna go in with hazelnut. I don't want it to be as orange as pumpkin spice is. And I am bringing that color up above my crease a little bit just because of my hooded eyes. And then I'm gonna go back into Caramel, that first shade we used, and just blend it all out even more. If you don't have hooded eyes, then you can certainly just keep that color, the darker one, hazelnut, you could keep that in your crease as opposed to a little bit above. You just have to work with your eye shape. And we may go in and intensify that even more, but at least for now, that's the way I'm going to keep it, because now I'm going to go in with Cold Brew. This blue, like teal shade right there. And this look, honestly, you could go in with the purple too. It would work that way as well. Just realizing now that the last like tutorial that I did like a blue and green eye, but you'll have to forgive me. This is the last shade that well, I've used that shade, I just haven't used it on my lid, so I wanna make sure and give that a fair try on my lid to see how it works with a primer as opposed to underneath without a primer, to see how the lasting power is. So that's why I'm using that shade as opposed to the purple, because I've already tried the purple on my lid. But remember, you can just tailor this however you want. You could even go in with another one of the browns instead of using the blue. So I'm gonna put this like halfway, about halfway. We're going to smooth out those edges. And so we may have to go back in to Cold Brew just a little bit, you know, because I'm sure when we're blending, I'm gonna try and be a little bit careful so that I don't, you know, blend it away too much, but we still might end up going in and intensifying that shade a little bit. All right, we probably will go back and fix that even more, but I want to go in to the inner part of my eye. And what I'm going to do is sort of a little bit of a half cut crease, and I'm no pro at this, so please keep that in mind. I've only just started practicing this technique because I do like the way that it looks, and I find that at least this technique that I've been doing, which I learned from Nicole Guerrero, so I'm not claiming any ownership to this, but I'm just showing you what I've been doing that she taught me, that works really well, I think, for hooded eyes as far as a cut crease goes, and I find it to be pretty easy. So I'm going to take a concealer, and I'm just going to use this Urban Decay Naked Skin one because I'm panning this for my 2018 Project Pan. And I'm going to show you what I have been doing that works really well. And I'm going to do most of this in my mirror because I don't want to screw it up, but I just want to show you what I've been doing just to kind of show you. So I take a little bit of the concealer and I put it like right, you know, right there. And then I look up. And you see how it marked a little bit? So then I will go in and use that as a guideline to create the cut crease. So I'm gonna do this one off camera and I will show you what it looks like when I come back. And just to show you as I'm going, I'm still gonna do it in my mirror because again, I don't wanna screw this up. But you can see I use that as a guideline and I just kind of trace it, and I use what's the excess that's on my lid because I don't want it to be too wet, but if I need more, I can go in with my concealer a little bit more, but just to show you how it's going. And take your time with this, by the way, you know, don't rush it. Okay, so just to show you what one eye looks like. So as you can see, it comes up above my lid. And so that helps with my hooded eyes because then you still see a little bit of it up there. And I think that it looks really nice. So then we'll put the shimmer on top. I'm gonna show you before I do the other eye what it looks like when I put the shimmer on top. So I'm gonna take another brush, not use the one I was just using with the concealer. And I'm going to go in with, I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Espresso. This one right here. And I'm gonna try it without wetting it first, just to see. And then if we need to wet it, we will. But then I put it everywhere I put that concealer. And it does help make it pop quite a bit. So I like that. So you can see there, I don't even really feel the need to wet this because I think that's enough. And we will go back in and fix those edges so that it blends a little bit better with the blue. But for right now, I'm gonna go in and do the other side. And of course, I do my best to make them match, but just like with your brows, they're sisters, not twins. Hopefully we'll go with that. All right, so now we're done with both eyes, so we're gonna work on blending this just a little bit more. And we will go into the crease a little bit too, but first we're gonna work on blending these lines just a little bit, because if you leave it like this, then it's a very, very harsh line between the shimmer and the matte shade. So I think what I'm gonna try and do actually, hopefully this doesn't crash and burn, but I think that I'm gonna put the purple double shot in the middle there to kind of blend the two. I think that might be really pretty. So let's see how it goes. Hopefully I don't ruin this whole look, but you know what? It's makeup. It can come right off if I need it to. That would be kind of frustrating, but it will. So let's just give it a try. All right. We're gonna put it right there. So you can see there, I'm gonna keep messing with it, but you know, it's not gonna be perfect, you know, because they're not like the, you know, same color. So just gonna try and make it blend as much as we can. And I'm gonna make sure that that blue comes up to sort of meet where that shimmer is as well, so that it's all even. And that concealer really keeps that shimmer in place so we don't have to lose too much of it when we're doing this. In an attempt to not mess up what we have going on so much, I'm gonna be very careful with these original crease shades just to blend the top of those edges. I don't wanna lose, see, just very, very lightly going over it and making sure to add a little bit more of that warmth too while I do that, but I really don't wanna mess up what we've done, so I'm just kind of going over the edges. And I've mentioned this before, you blend as much as you're comfortable with. It does not have to be perfect. You can be here all day. And you know, if you're a makeup artist and you're working on somebody, you know, for whatever the occasion is, that's a totally different story. But if you're doing makeup on yourself or just somebody else for fun, then just don't worry about it too much. Don't stress, just make it look pretty and just, you know, enjoy yourself a little bit. Have some fun. That's the whole point to me anyway. So anyway, so that's kind of cool. I think that looks fun. So I'm going to, believe me, it'll also come together a little bit more once we, you know, do the rest of our face and everything else. Like sometimes the look looks a little bit crazy until you add everything else. So I'm gonna go on in and do, like I said, I'll do the rest of my face and then we will do the lower lash line together. So everything else is done except for the lower lash line. So let's go ahead and do that. First, I'm gonna take both of those crease shades that I used, these two right here, and I'm just gonna kind of sweep them underneath the eye. Because we are gonna add some of that blue and purple down there too. And then right up against the lash line, we're gonna add some of those colors. I don't want it to come down too low because it's, you know, it's dark. So I just blended those two together, and I'm gonna take Macchiato and put that in my inner corners just lightly. We don't need much because we still have that, you know, shimmer on the lid. But you can see that just adds a little bit more brightness. All right, I'm gonna add some mascara and I will be right back. All right, so that's the finished look. If you wanted to go in with lashes, you could certainly do that. I just typically don't bother with lashes. And I added also some black to my tight line and waterline. You could go in with something a little bit softer if you didn't want it to be as smoky, but I really like the way that this turned out. This was not quite what I was planning originally. I was planning on just using the blue and the shimmer, but I love that purple in the middle there. It's something fun and different, so I hope that you liked it too. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see any other looks with this palette. I wasn't really planning on doing it anymore, but if you want to see more, I'm happy to do that. Again, stay tuned for a full review on this palette coming very, very soon. If you like this video, please make sure and give it a big thumbs up. That really does help out my channel so much. If you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I would love for you to stick around, and I really hope to see you next time. Bye.